we continue to follow this suspicious death at the Safari Inn in Chico. This is something you're only going to see on Action News Now. We have just confirmed a woman's body was found in this hotel room behind me, and now they have a search warrant for a hotel room 7 doors down. Fire crews from Orland and Hamilton City are working right now to put out this fire that just rekindled moments ago. It's a mobile home fire that caught 2 cars and a truck on fire and sent a woman to the hospital. It's 300 feet from where I'm standing to the walnut trees behind me. That's the distance of the current agricultural buffer zone in Butte County. This week we learned the cause of death for Allie Yeoman was drowning, but the mystery remained. How did she end up in the Feather River behind me near the Live Oak Recreational Park? And investigators are telling us they believe there is absolutely no evidence of foul play involved in her death. During the wildfire, over 4,000 residents evacuated from their homes, not knowing if they would return to it safely or if their home would still be standing when they returned. And today they're here at the Orville Municipal Building, the auditorium, and they're waiting to find out the future of their home. People are waiting in line as we speak. Mark, Megan, I'm drowning in puppies right now, and I'm really okay with it. We're here at the Glenn County Fairgrounds. The fair starts today. There's going to be tons of new attractions, including this one. You're not going to want to miss it. This is Bruce the Bat Pug. Oftentimes during a high-rise structure fire, residents have a tendency to go up to the roof, which is not recommended. But when they do, firefighters then have to use the ladder to climb up and rescue them. Right now, crews behind me are removing debris from the channel below the Orville Dam spillway. But to engineers, it's not just debris, it's actually geological material. And geologists were actually able to get in there during construction to analyze and collect data on the rocks. Early Wednesday morning,
you could see smoke coming out of the roof.
The longtime Magalia restaurant, Jackie's Hilltop Cafe, went up in flames.
By the time they got in, it was just consumed the kitchen.
Over 6 fire engines from Magalia, Paradise, and Chico responded to put out the blaze.
Within about 20 minutes, we were able to get interior of the building, pull some ceiling, and get it knocked down.
When the sun came up hours later, the owner, Jackie Sneed, saw the full extent of the damage.
It's hard first seeing it.
And what's left of the business she's owned for almost 10 years.
But this was once the dining room. Things are melted. It's a shock. It's like overnight you have this business and everything's fine, and then out of the blue you're not having it.
Walking inside the charred restaurant with the owner, Jackie, the entire restaurant inside is drenched in water and destroyed. Now she has to call each employee and break the news.
The biggest thing is mostly my employees, because there's a lot of employees that I have here, and they're great.
Not only are the employees out of a job, but Jackie has to figure out how and if she can reopen.
It's a big loss. There's a huge dollar damage loss.
Fire officials believe it started in the kitchen area.
And right above the kitchen area, there was some swamp cooler and some other mechanical equipment on the roof.
This is the second restaurant in Magalia to catch fire in less than 1 month. The depot nearly burned down in June.
It's just hard to even comprehend what's happened.
CAL FIRE officials say the two are not connected and don't consider it suspicious. But as the investigation continues into how this fire started, Jackie says she'll miss the daily interaction with her customers.
People loved it here, and I love taking care of my community.
Firefighters from counties all over the North State are here at the Thermalito Afterbay to practice water rescues. And I'm all strapped in and ready in the gear. I'm about to get in the vehicle behind me to see what it's like to be rescued from a flooded waterway.
Brings everybody together, kind of gives us the ability to work together in the worst case scenario.
Like the Orville Dam spillway crisis.
Very intense there for quite a few hours in the beginning of it.
But these annual water rescue trainings are what prepare CAL FIRE crews for potential disasters.
Yeah, this training did help us a lot when it came to that incident. It was nice to be able to actually come in and have everybody be on the same page.
With CAL FIRE for 10 years, Casey Deedle says communication between crews on the ground and the helicopter pilots is what makes a water rescue successful.
I see Division Bravo.
How we're working and how we're going to communicate and get the job done.
So how many times have you performed one of those water rescues?
This year it's been very busy, multiple times this year with all the flooding and the spillway incident happening.
In fact, on a normal year, Butte County CAL FIRE responds to an average of 35 water rescue calls. And already in the last 5 months, crews have responded to nearly 60.
With record rainfall this year, we have had a lot of localized flooding.
Amidst the busy year, fire crews were finally able to get some training in to prepare for future rescues, which Deedle says is bound to happen with spring runoff swelling nearby rivers.
It's very high right now. We have approximately 22,000 cubic feet per second coming down the river channel below the Oroville Dam. That's high for this time of year.
Lots of anxiety in that rescue, but thanks to CAL FIRE, I was able to survive that crisis. And these type of simulations are what they do all summer long, and they're advising you to be extra safe on the rivers this summer. In Oroville, Sara Stinson, Action News Now. Well, we have breaking news into our newsroom right now. A car is on fire in Oroville after flipping in a crash. According to the CHP, the crash happened just moments ago around 6:20 on Lincoln Boulevard and Monte Vista Avenue. We understand the driver is out of the vehicle and CAL FIRE is responding. We're working to learn more about this crash and the impact on traffic this morning. We're also learning new details about the man hit and killed by a train in Anderson Tuesday night. 40-year-old Matthew Joseph Banner was killed just after 7 Tuesday night on the tracks near Oxyoke Road and Anderson Avenue. Anderson police investigators said they believe Banner may have been intoxicated when he tried to break into a business just outside of Anderson. As police continued searching for Banner, a Union Pacific train was heading northbound on the tracks. The train's conductor reported seeing Banner lying on the tracks, but wasn't able to slow down in time, hitting and killing him. The Shasta County Sheriff's Office is investigating the death. The Butte County Sheriff's Office has released new photos as search efforts resume for that missing hiker swept over Feather Falls. 23-year-old Matthew Nislett from Brownsville fell some 400 feet over the falls just June 1st. Search efforts have been hazardous for rescue crews. Butte County Sheriff's Office search and rescue crews say they continued their search this weekend and say they could not find him.